One of the most difficult problems in whiplash is the issue of no vehicle damage. Many people find it impossible to believe that a person can be injured in a collision in which the car was not visibly damaged. The engineering literature on this issue, however, is quite clear. There is absolutely no relationship between the amount of damage to the car and the chance of injury. In fact, a study by State Farm Insurance substantiates this lack of a relationship. This study found that of all the women they had studied who had whiplash symptoms, half had been injured in a car with less than $1,000 of vehicle damage. The first thing to realize is that an assessment of no vehicle damage may not even be accurate. Here is a photograph provided by Future Forensics of Bellevue, Washington. It shows the front of a minivan that was the bullet vehicle in a low-speed rear-end collision. The insurance company in this case said that there was no vehicle damage to this van, and that there was no way that the occupant of the target vehicle could have been injured. Upon closer inspection, however, it is clear that this accident was hardly minor. Here we see a photo from underneath the bumper showing damage to the unibody of the vehicle. Furthermore, analysis found that this undamaged vehicle needed 6.5 hours of work to straighten the frame, with a total estimated cost of repair of $1,300. This is a photograph of a car that was struck from behind and has already been repaired by the insurance company. The repair consisted of replacing the bumper cover and was considered to be a minor collision with very little property damage. Again, closer examination shows this is far from the truth. Removal of bumper covers shows that the bumper reinforcement has been broken from the impact. Removal of the bumper reinforcement shows even more damage, as we can see here. This rear portion of the car should be straight and has been pushed inwards by the force of the impact. Again, this was a car that was considered to have no significant vehicle damage. Closer inspection revealed that in reality there was damage, and that it took a significant impact to cause such structural damage. As we can see from these photos, the only way to actually determine whether or not a car has no vehicle damage is to take it apart. Another misconception is that bumpers protect people from injury. The truth is that bumpers are designed to protect the car from damage, not the occupant. Furthermore, just because a bumper rated at 2.5 miles per hour is undamaged, it does not mean that the collision was less than 2.5 miles per hour. This is from a press release from the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety. Car bumpers are required by federal regulations to resist damage to the vehicle's bodies in collisions at 2.5 miles per hour. Most car bumper systems include foam or other means to absorb low-speed crash energy with little or no damage, and these bumpers often protect cars in impacts at higher speeds than specified in the minimum federal requirements. Furthermore, it is a mistake to assume that all cars are built the same. Here is a clear example of how the construction of a car can dramatically alter the amount of damage it suffers in a low-speed crash. In 1997, the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety tested the bumpers of 6 luxury automobiles. The 1997 Mercedes E420 ended up with $1,066 of damage after backing into a stationary barrier at 5 miles per hour. On the other hand, a study by Sigmund et al. Subjected a 1990 Honda Accord to over 100 crashes of up to 5 miles per hour, resulting in just minor bumper scuffing. While the car suffered no damage, the occupant accelerations measured during the crash test ranged as high as 12 Gs in the 5 mile per hour collisions. So clearly the amount of vehicle damage, visible or not, has no relationship to occupant accelerations or the risk of injury. As a matter of fact, a vehicle with no damage may actually experience higher G-forces than one with extensive damage. Robbins wrote that a stiffer vehicle will bounce in response to a crash rather than absorb the energy of an impact. This chart by Robbins shows that the less a vehicle is crushed during a rear-end collision, the higher the acceleration the car experiences. The concept is acknowledged by the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety when they wrote, "Vehicles with stiff rear-end structures and/or seatbacks produce greater torso accelerations, making it harder to keep a motorist's head and torso moving together. This means whiplash injury is more likely to occur."